Atlanta United Fan TV, 0-0 draw. Lots of room for improvement for sure in this one. First match without PT Martinez, who is reportedly on his way to Saudi Arabia. How'd you find the match?
Hard to watch. This was one of the most lackluster matches I've seen Atlanta United play. And going, the commentators talking about the last time we had a 0-0 draw back in 2017. It didn't really feel like a 0-0 draw. It kind of felt like a little bit of a loss, actually, like an exhibition loss. But we did keep a clean sheet. We did, to an extent, deal with Miami. More or less, they dealt with themselves by not hitting the target. But we again, it's there is at least something to build on from this now in the post pity team. So I'm torn, but generally, yeah, the match was pretty bad to watch.
Right. Now, is it down to our defense doing the work, or also, I mean, yeah, Miami being a little bit dire in the final third as well? You could see, yeah, several chances for them that were perplexing in their decisions. But for us too, yeah, we kind of miss some sitters too.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but if we're only going to be able to put one clear cut chance in a match, you can't have Kubo or Castro or whoever is up top just missing, point blank shots. That was one of Lennon's best crosses of the season, I think, and for Kubo to have it on a platter right there, get the start, you have it. Where you're first like 15, 20 minutes of the match, you have a chance to put your team one up. Missing it was just there. But, defensively, I think, though, that, Castillo actually did a pretty good job in for Bello. He was generally everywhere, and he was, I think, one of the more bright spots on defense. Miles made a number of clearances, a number of interceptions. And, Escobar, we needed his passion in the back against Orlando, and I'm glad we got it back tonight.
Yeah. Well, in terms of who we have in the team, for us, it's Ezekiel Barco replacing a little bit of what PT Martinez was doing for us previously. How'd you find how Barco did?
Uh, so he got a number of chances to kind of, take on the defense, but he was fouled. He was fouled almost every time he touched the ball. And I think that the referee did a poor job this match of controlling the game. Nothing got crazy out of hand, but there were so many fouls that there was no, this is a game where Barco's play couldn't really succeed because he could barely get on the ball for more than 5 or 6 seconds before somebody's pulling him back or hacking at his feet, or whoever he distributes the ball to is getting fouled. So it's one or the other, but there were too many fouls for Barco to be effective tonight.
Yeah. And you'd like to see MLS maybe start to protect their playmakers a little bit better, but alas, that
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be the case. But yeah, in terms of PT Martinez moving to Saudi Arabia, um, you know, what's your thoughts on that? And is it a good move?
For him, I don't know. I'm not as adept to the all of the teams in the world, but generally, a lot of the older players that play in Europe, whether it's the the Iniestas of the world or Roberto Carlos's, they end up either going to China or somewhere in the Middle East, to kind of end their careers. But Pitty's actually still fairly young, so I think that from a standpoint of, this is a great opportunity for him to become a big star. Yeah, absolutely. But in terms of you know in terms of what kind of quality he'll get over there, I don't know. And if he's going to be happy, I also don't know. So, if he wanted out a little bit, or if he was willing to leave, then that's fine. I think for Land United, we really need to replace. We can't just we can't sit on loads of money. We got to replace, any of the talent that we're losing at this point, because you can see without Joseph, like, we need to have some playmakers throughout the pitch, and we don't have that right now. no Malmaron, Nagby, no Tito, no Gressel. Barco's been injured in and out, and he's been inconsistent as well. Our guys who are sort of playmakers like the Bello down the flank is young. Pitti was really one of the only established stars there, and it didn't always come off for him, but you could tell what Pitti was thinking. You could tell that he was just thinking about these extravagant plays that just didn't always come off. So I'll miss that, but I mean, it's again, I've heard it's been a win-win for us. So we'll see. Whoever we sign, that's when we'll finally know, whether it's a win-win for us too.
Right. Now, in the interim, it's obviously going to be a kind of growing period, but we immediately have Orlando City on the weekend. What's your confidence level going in?
If we play like tonight, then I'd be hopeful for just one goal away from Orlando scoring one goal. But it really depends on the lineup that Glass puts out. I'll tell you, the last few matches, I haven't been terribly impressed with Glass's management in terms of the tactics on the starting 11 and then the subs he's made. I think that we have to see what we have in Jurgen Damm, and for him to be reduced to 2 cameos and back-to-back appearances when you could have really put him in the match a lot sooner when the play was a little bit more open, and kind of suited his strengths. I think it's an opportunity there. I'm not sure what. I think it's like a roll of the dice, which Moreni comes into the game. But Glass seems to be confident to play him every match as a sub, as one of the first subs off the bench. So I think it really depends on how our manager sort of goes into the match. And if we come out with the lineup we had today, my confidence isn't that high. With some tweaks, though, I think that we could still probably nick something away from Orlando.